it's obviously Will Wheaton's life at this point,
Oh,
because
he's
that's
such
a
a
fucking sad
loser.
story.
Oh,
He is the worst.
I can't stand
Just the
him.
way he talks, you just want to punch him in the face.
Well, and he pretends he has something interesting to say, but he never does. And he's always just like, "Oh, this is great. No, this is really important." Then he starts crying a lot about whatever he's talking about. He's just such a loser.
Well, I think in general, I would say the after show television show thing, the format. I don't know how it really got popular, but I know like the Talking Dead, Talking Bad, all those stuff. I think HBO and or AMC probably kind of popularized those. I think they're all giant fucking waste of time. Most of the time, it's just the host just jerking off the show. And then that's like what Will Wheaton does now. And it's just like, you're never going to hear... You might get an interview with an actor or a writer or something, but you're never going to get like genuine insight.
No.
And my favorite of those, I've joked about this. I'm pretty sure no one remembers this, but... So Stranger Things comes out. First season was huge on Netflix. It was a huge hit. People loved it. It was probably a lot bigger than they expected it to. So when they're releasing season 2, they know it's going to be big at this point. They put a shit ton of money into it. I remember advertising, Burger King, Eggo waffles, again, just like Mr. Freeze. But I remember they did this thing. It was beyond Stranger Things. It was a Netflix show, and it was one of those Talking Bad style shows, or After the Thrones or whatever, all those things. And it was that style. And it was, one, it was terrible. And two, season 2 was terrible.
Yeah.
Season 2 of Stranger Things was, like, bad.
Yes, I agree.
And then also, like, it was so phony. Like, the effort to, like, have an after... Like, the point of an after show... I mean, personally, I think they're pointless. But if you are someone who enjoys that, you enjoy it for the social aspect of it. Like... You get together, you watch the show Sunday night, and then you watch the thing after it, with your buddies or whatever. What's the point of that on a streaming show when you can watch 6 episodes at once?
Yeah.
It literally made no sense, and it was such a shameless attempt of like Netflix to like, it was Netflix like wearing a costume. It's like,
yes.
we are HBO now, and it was so embarrassing. And I joked about that, and I used to tweet when Stranger Things season 3 was coming out, which is season 3 came out like a year and a half later. Like, it was a bit of a wait, and I'm like, I'm more looking forward to the return of Beyond Stranger Things, and then I'll just crack jokes about that because it was so antithetical to the point of one of those shows.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do an after show on Netflix when you can stream the entire fucking season at once.
No, exactly.
Let's say you're watching Game of Thrones, or you're rewatching it or whatever. You're not going to go to After the Thrones while you watch the show because you watch the After the Thrones stuff. It's because you want to hear people talking about it because it's current.
Yeah, but even then,
it's
too,
just
like...
so dumb.
The problem...
Beyond Stranger Things is the biggest joke in the world to me. I'm sorry.
And I 100% agree with you. And to go back to just like...
And you didn't even know it existed, probably.
No, and now that I know it exists, I still 100% agree with you.
Just another addition to this, too. Again, those shows, as far as I know, I don't think they really offer any genuine insight on the show. But also, when it's a show whose cast is mostly children, and you're getting the children on to talk about it, you think you're going to learn a goddamn thing that's interesting? Hell no. Children are stupid. This is the illiterate generation.
Well, and they're just going to talk about their experiences, which is fine, but they're not... It's not like you have a show with lore.
Put a few videos on your YouTube channel if you're Netflix. Don't pump money into Beyond Stranger Things.
Yes, exactly.
Just do a few interviews, put them on YouTube. Like, I would imagine that it would do better numbers on YouTube, I'm sure. I remember I hate watched Beyond Stranger Things because I'm like, I can't believe this exists.
And all of these like post-show shows are embarrassing because it's like, these are for people who presumably don't have friends to talk about the show with.
Probably, yeah.
You know, and it's just
And
like,
they just jerk off the shows too,
That's
because
exactly
they're put
it.
out by the same networks that show the shows.
Yes.
So they're not going to say anything critical.
no, exactly.
I want to say the moment that stood out as like a meme that people went back to when the final season of Game of Thrones wasn't any good, and they're like, "Oh my God, we should have known." It wasn't anything from after the Thrones. It was Emilia Clarke on the red carpet being like,
Best season ever!
like you could kind of just see that it was a lie in her eyes.
Yeah.
That didn't come from an interview on After the Thrones. That came from just her being out in the wild.
Yeah, and over and done with the show.
Exactly, yeah.